Drew Aller?
Yeah,
Drew Aller getting drafted in the 5th round.
Probably not.
It's
probably not. It's probably not.
Drew Aller is boo-boo.
And Carson Beck. Carson Beck very well might be the first quarterback taken next year. Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that. Because you already know how we'll get into it about this, and that's completely off topic. So we don't.
That's too easy. You never heard of me? Stupid.
Welcome to an all-new episode of What Now, where we take the hottest sports topics, dissect them, correct them, and bring them to you from our perspective. I'm Jamie, and along with me is Tobias, Tyreek, and Malin, and hopefully we'll have a little Jalen later.
In my defense, that is cranberry juice, you all. That is cranberry juice.
Malin, I didn't know you had a tattoo.
Cran apple. Oh, yeah, I got that one, and I got this one.
What's that?
Oh, this one, that's just my grandma's name.
Oh, okay.
One of the best here that if Malin loses, he should get May in like the girliest cursive ever somewhere. Like right here, May.
That would make every baseball mom from 12 to 13 years old.
That'd get you in trouble.
That would make their lifetime.
May.
That'd get you in trouble right there, Malin.
I would never. All right, yeah, no tattoo bets. No tattoo bets.
Yeah, tattoo bets are crazy.
No
it's better than a garlic clove bet.
No, it's not.
Eat a clove of garlic.
Yeah,
I eat a clove of garlic before I eat that dang chip again. I'm like, why?
And it wasn't even bad.
You barely ate the chip, bro.
Like, you know what? Both of you. Yeah.
Why did y'all not record that?
I did. I sent it to you.
Malin, I was on the yard.
Chip was like that big, bro.
No, Malin.
Why did you not eat the whole thing?
Narrative. I can't say what I want to say.
It's a name. It's the whole thing, bro.
Yes, the whole thing. And you're the one that lost. Everybody else that took the chip with you, they just did it for fun. You lost.
Don't be gullible enough to believe the lies that Tyreek does. This man is the master at creating narrative.
He very well could be lying right now. But knowing you, I fully believe that you ate a piece of it.
Ask EJ about it. I ate probably about a quarter of it. Third.
We wanted the whole chip.
The whole chip.
Yes. I was not gonna make it to the whole chip. I don't care what y'all say.
That's the challenge.
Nope. Listen, I'm unapologetic about this.
So you're not a man of your word. You can't make bets.
You can call me. You can say whatever you want, brother. I was not eating that whole chip.
You can call me whatever you want. Just don't. You can
replay that moment 50 times in my life, and I'm not eating that full chip.
That's insane.
Have you ever ate a full chip?
No, because I didn't lose a bet.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He didn't even get back to me.
Dummy.
Let's get after it. So, how do we feel, Malin especially, about Deion Sanders saying Sheduer and Travis will decline certain teams in next year's draft?
I just think it's crazy that I said that they get all this flack and the red flag's gonna pop up, and not even a week later we hear this. I mean, it's just already unfolding. Look, watch. They're gonna have so much pressure on him. He's probably gonna underperform this year, so he's gonna fall out of the top probably like 2 quarterbacks picked. And with all these quarterbacks getting picked this year, the need for a quarterback next year is probably not gonna be that high. So, like I said, it's just falling right into our hand. Sheduer to the Falcons, 2nd round, calling it here.
I was just signing Kirk Cousins for 4 years.
He's gonna need I ain't gonna lie. After watching him last year, he's definitely got potential and talent, but he's gonna need a veteran. If he's not a plug and play, he's gonna need a veteran to show him the ropes. Exactly. And I think he's gonna be a little like his first 2 years in the league because he already rich. And then if he comes to Atlanta, it might not go well the first year or so, but then him just being on the team, he might get in a little bit of trouble or something. You never know. So we just gotta give him time to mature. If we can do him like the Packers did Jordan Love, perfect.
Man, I got a question for you though. Considering we know who Sheduer is, Deion's son. Do you think that he's gonna want to come in and sit under a veteran for a year? Do you think Deion is gonna want that? Or do you think
No, but because Dion is who he is, and he's gonna do sort of like kind of what like LeBron's doing in a sense. Not like I'll play with her, but he's gonna have influence. Teams gonna want to stay away from that.
Yeah, but do you want that? Like, honestly, I wouldn't even want. If this is my franchise, if I was, I don't want that. I don't want a Hollywood quarterback coming in and they controlling the whole franchise at one point.
The question,
I mean, why not? All these. Go ahead.
Dion said that they would decline certain teams. So you don't think he would decline a team where he would have to sit down
Exactly,
for 2 or 3 years?
I feel like he's going to decline the teams where he's a day one starter in a bad situation.
He should.
And he's definitely going to decline a team where he's not playing at all.
I mean,
he would.
Hey, at the end of the day, it's an either or. Like, do you want to get put into a bad situation where you could be out of the league, out of a job within 2 years, like Mac Jones, or do you want to go to a situation where you can learn under a quarterback that's on his way out the door? The team's young, like overall. I don't know. I just feel like it's a good situation. Yeah, he might not want to sit the bench, but bro, like at the end of the day, I hate to say it, but he's not Caleb Williams. He's not Andrew Luck. He's not a generational talent.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna have to humble himself.
He's gonna get humbled one way or another.
Yeah, you gotta humble yourself, man.
How good do you think the Falcons will be next year?
I ain't gonna lie. So my Falcons fans, this might be kind of upsetting, but I feel like we kind of got like a repeat of this year. Maybe like different games we win, but I don't see us really getting dramatically better. Like as far as people, as soon as we sign Kurt, they already talking about NFC Championship. Nah, no. We got to make the playoffs first.
What record do you?
We got to make the playoffs first.
Well, you're the big team. You should be able to make the playoffs. And
I think
if you make the playoffs, y'all.
Well, we didn't make it this year.
What record do you think?
You didn't have Kirk Cousins. Go ahead.
The record?
Yeah.
So what did we win? I think we won 8 games this year.
Yeah.
I can see us doing what they think the Bears are gonna do this year. Get 10 or 11 games.
Okay.
And maybe win a division, maybe not. Depends on how good the Bucks are. Or even the Saints. We'll see.
I can see y'all getting 11.
But I can see us getting 10, 11 wins. Maybe second round, then lose.
And 11 wins is going to get you probably somewhere between 21 and 25th pick. And you think Sheduer is going to fall all the way to there?
In the second round, yep.
I do. I'm with you.
In the second round?
Oh yeah, like I said.
And y'all
everything y'all think is going to happen with these red flags and that the team's going to run away from. Like you remember how everybody felt when Caleb Williams said he wanted a stake in the team. They about to ask for the franchise. I don't know what they got going on, but they about to make a lot of people mad.
Let's add more logic to it. So the Falcons win 11 games, right? Their first pick or second pick in the draft is going to be a QB. They won 11 games. They won 11 games. That means they're going to probably need something to push them over the top. Whether it's a D-line, whatever their weakness was. But their first pick, they're gonna draft a backup QB.
The year the Packers drafted Jordan Love, they made the playoffs. And they needed a receiver very bad. They needed a receiver in the worst way. And who did they draft in the first round?
Oh boy.
Who they drafted in the first round? And then he went on to win 2 MVPs after that.
That's only because Aaron
Rodgers
said he was going to retire every year for the past 5 years. So they got to draft somebody just in case.
We got to draft somebody. Kirk Cousins 36 coming off Achilles injury. We got to draft somebody.
You're not going to draft Sheduer in the first or the second round.
We'll see.
If you would, he would have to be like a 6th round pick, and he's not falling like that.
All right. So say 3 quarterbacks come out first round next year. You got Sheduer, you got that dude from Penn State, whatever his name is, and there's probably one more.
Who from Penn State?
What's that dude's name? He's
Drew Allard?
Yeah, him.
Drew Allard getting drafted in the 5th round.
Probably not.
He's
probably not. He's probably not.
Drew Allard is boo-boo.
And Carson Beck. Carson Beck very well might be the first quarterback taken next year. Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that. Because you already know how we'll get into it about this. And that's completely off topic. So don't look at me like that.
I'm sorry. We're going to clip that right there.
But you got Drew Allen, Carson Beck, and then probably Sheduer. And you see how before this draft process started, JJ McCarthy was probably projected as like the 7th quarterback taken.
Yeah,
He's shot all the way up to number 2 now. So I'm just saying anything can happen, and I feel like this is something that could very well happen. Because I feel like Sheduer probably won't do combine, won't do this, won't do that. I'm telling you, they're not gonna like the man, but he's just gonna feed right on in us. We'll take it.
All right, so let's go back to the original question then.
Someone think
Him and Travis, do you think they're good enough, or do you think they should be declining teams?
Travis Hunter is good enough, but
He's
the
a
position he plays, yeah,
he shouldn't be declining.
he can't. You can't do that at that position. So like he could do that very like if he was the first player projected to actually play in the NFL on both sides, then he could do that. But nobody's going to pick him to do that. So
I saw something today where people were talking like that the reason that this is probably going to start becoming a thing is because of NIL deals.
Mhm.
So like they were saying players they didn't care where they get drafted. They were just trying to get into the league to make money to help their family, whatever the case may be. But now these players are coming into the league basically already rich. So now they don't care where they care more about where they go because it's not about just making the league.
It's true. And like just to take it even a step further, Kenny Pickett wasn't even in the NIL era, was he? And he trying to treat the NFL like that already. Oh, y'all signed Russell, get me out of here. Okay, we'll ship you off, and now you're not gonna play at all.
I think that's different though.
I'm saying like that's how players are about to start coming into the league. Like that entitlement that people talk about. Oh, you talking to me this way? Oh, y'all think y'all gonna pick me here? Watch this, and then they gonna go do something else.
This whole little move, I think, of this like entitlement is gonna get humbled really fast, and I think like these past like 2 upcoming, I guess these past 2 years, these upcoming 2 years, this draft class is gonna get humbled really fast because they think it's sweet. They think like they're doing really good in college, like Caleb Williams and all them, but I don't think they understand when they go to the NFL like how much different it's gonna be.
But what if it works in their favor though?
What do you mean by that?
Like, what if it's a situation where like Caleb comes in as like CJ Stroud or better, and then Sheduer or Travis comes in and they're another Dion and another great quarterback, and it like works in the player's favor on the side of entitlement? Like, where do y'all see it going from there?
Well, Caleb's not gonna.
Owners better go to church and pray.
It's a strong if. It's definitely.
Caleb's not gonna. No, he's not gonna say no to the Bears. But
not now that they loaded up for him.
Yeah, but I don't think he would. He didn't. Nothing came out that he was thinking about doing that anyway.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I think it did a couple months ago.
It was a couple months ago. He was talking
before they made those moves.
Did he say that, or did
I think it was his dad?
His dad said that.
Okay, see that's
his dad been running that mouth.
Yeah, his dad is like a LeVar Ball. I ain't gonna lie.
He's worse.
His dad was the one with that idea about getting a stake in the team.
LeVar at least did it for entertainment. Caleb Williams' dad is dead serious when he's talking. Like
that's that. And that goes back to that money thing. That makes sense. They're coming in with money already, especially people like Sheduer. He didn't even.
Yeah, he didn't even need NIL.
Yeah, he didn't even need NIL.
He had the name with him. He had the name.
He got money. His dad got money.
He flashed the watch.
Yeah, I think he was driving like a Rolls in high school. Like he ain't worried about none of that. So like he could very well like, okay, I'm not gonna get drafted here. I'll stay another year. Just like Caleb. I'm in a penthouse in LA. Why would I go to Chicago? Like if he was thinking like that, why would I go to Chicago to get if I lose 2 games, they want to throw me out the franchise? He could have very well did that.
Sheduer bought his dad a house already.
You saw Travis Hunter bought a house in Savannah?
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, him and his girl.
That's crazy, Savannah. Well, that is where they said it's where his girlfriend's from, Savannah. That's crazy. I kind of want to go see it. I'll be working down there. I just want to go. Where is that?
Like you want to say something?
I just want to see what it looked like.
Go get on Google, man.
Hey, where is Travis Hunter's house?
Or Reed be on. Reed will find you anybody else.
He said that's where Reed be on.
It's fun trying to search up where people live.
It's very easy to find.
without actually like Googling. I just try to like find I see something and then I don't know. It's weird.
Stalker.
Okay, yeah, that's
You should explain yourself.
But no, I mean, it's not even to do with hockey. It's like
Hey,
landmarks in general.
That bro got
I
Rain
like trying to go to. I like just roaming Google Earth and seeing what I can find.
okay.
Like Rain Man.
Or that guy
Um,
that gets those clues and finds any spot in the world.
yeah.
Jamie.
probably time to move on after that. Okay. Tobias, your segment.
Well, Thomas. Mela, why you laughing already? You cheesing and laughing already. Is
I'm
that what I
sorry.
answered to you a joke?
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, I tried putting this together, tried putting some logic behind it, but Tyreek, give credit to him, he came up with a new segment and put me on it. And I will be naming the next 5 champions of the NFL, college football, and NBA. Mela, I'm getting tired of you making these faces. All right, start. Where y'all want to start first? Where y'all want me to start?
It's your thing.
Takes. All right, we'll go NFL then. NFL was tough, and I scratched over this thing. I don't know if y'all can see my chicken scratch, but I like scratched over that thing 5,000 times because I didn't know who to put where. So, in no particular order. For this.
No, bro, it has to be an order.
Right.
See, you didn't give me no rules, so you should have gave me no rules.
Oh,
You just
my
pick
God.
random teams.
Anyways, next 5 champions.
That's not how things work.
Next 5 champions. Next 5 champions I've got.
It's not a ranking.
I really like this team, and I think with the veteran quarterback they have at the helm and the really talented youth, and I'm surprised they couldn't piece together seasons in the past. Or actually, not surprised with who they had at quarterback. But I've got the Jets winning a championship in the next 5 years. I like what they have going on defense with their core with Sauce Gardner, Quentin Williams. They got some really talented receivers out there. And then that boy A-Rod. A-Rod probably got, I think, like 3 years left, maybe. I feel like
3.
I think this Achilles injury might have took one off of him. I ain't gonna lie
we got
to
to see though. That's the thing. I'm excited to see what he's gonna do this year.
This is his last season.
How long do you think it's gonna take?
you.
Second team I got here. Another team, I think they're actually very, very similar to the Jets. But the problem is they don't have a quarterback. And so I could see them either winning it in these next 2 years or later down the road when they get a quarterback. And that is the Detroit Lions. I love what this team got going on defense, and I love the youth they got going on offense with Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon Ra, all the stuff they got going on. So I love that. And that offensive line is no joke. One of the best I think it's the most underrated offensive line in the NFL right now. Third, anybody want to take a guess at this? Who I'm about to say?
All right, before you go,
What, Tyreek? What?
but some of these teams won't be, I think, like, won't have the same, like, their offensive line might be good next year, but they might not be good the whole 5 years. So that's why
let me finish. I give it you, brother. Let me finish.
Give it like a timeline.
I'm gonna go fast. All right. This one, I'll give you timeline with them. I think in the next 3 years they'll win it. I will. I'm gonna go with the Los Angeles Chargers. All right, but Jim Harbaugh, like my boy Shagun said everywhere Jim Harbaugh has gone, he has won. I think he is bound.
You didn't need him to say that.
He's bound to win one. Whenever you give him,
and also that's not true.
Let me finish my segment. Whenever you give him whenever you give Jim Harbaugh a quarterback, he wins. He can win. I think that they'll get it done within sometime these next 3 years. I think
one championship as a head coach.
The next team
3 years
is
after they got depleted.
I got the Chiefs next one. I think Patrick Mahomes. If Patrick Mahomes can do with this team, man, I think this is the worst. Honestly, I think it's the worst team the Chiefs are going to have in these next 5 years. I think this team was. I don't know how I can get any to this, but what?
Hot take.
What?
Patrick Mahomes won't win another Super Bowl for the next 8 to 10 years.
Oh, you're crazy.
8 to 10.
I bet they said that same thing when Brady didn't win one for a decade.
That is a hot take though.
That's a hot take, bro.
I think I'm not saying not get there. I'm saying win. He can get there.
I mean, if we get there.
The fifth one is really there's no logic at all because I
8 to 10 years.
Y'all ready for the fifth one?
That's a long time, bro.
2033, Pat Mahomes' next Super Bowl win. 2033.
That's a very long time.
Well, for the fifth one for NFL, I got Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't know when, no logic at all. That's my in my heart. I think we're gonna get done 5 years.
And y'all have been moving this offseason, though. I get y'all that.
I've been moving, but I hated the Cordell Patterson because it was pointless. Every other one was what had a reason behind it. We need another wide receiver too, but that's not part of the segment right now. I ain't gonna get into that right now.
He technically is a receiver. He's a receiver. He's a running back. He's a kick returner.
Yeah, but he ain't no wide out number 2. I need a number 2.
All right, he's better than Quez Watkins.
Yeah, you're right there. you're right there. All right, going on to college. College is a little bit more. I think I can handle that a little bit better. First one, I truly do think that I'm convinced Oregon is going to do it this year. I think so. Oregon
this season?
Mm-hmm. They had all the transfers go in. They retain a lot of that defense.
So
I love what Dan Lanning's got. He's finally got a conference that they can give him a challenge. For Pete's sake, he's finally got Michigan and he's got Ohio State on the schedule. It's going to work for him in his favor. So I got Dan Lanning this year winning it. Next year.
So you giving Michigan an automatic L?
Yeah, I don't have Michigan winning the next 5 years. I don't. Yeah. I think they'll be competitive.
One and done, just like that.
In the next 5 years, not.
Everybody can't go back to back, Malin.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, they can stay relevant. I mean,
I do think Michigan stay. I think they'll be like a top 10, top 5 power, but I don't think. I don't know. I haven't seen them yet. I don't know what this team's gonna look like. I don't. So I can't confidently put them in there. But a team I can put confidently because I don't think they'll get done this year because they have the most offseason national championships I've ever seen in my life. That is Ohio State Buckeyes. I think Ohio State to get it done next year because they'll figure out the formula this year. I think they'll probably beat Michigan and they'll be all excited. Oh, we finally beat Michigan, and they get waxed in the playoffs.
Hey, bro, who is that receiver?
Yeah, number 4. I saw the clips. It's Jeremiah Smith.
He must got to be Julio or something.
I mean, it's highlights. I mean, but again, this is Ohio State is graded. They're graded offseason high. If you pay attention to them, they graded off.
I give you that one.
And number 3, I got the Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah, you already know you want to say it.
Third-year Georgia Bulldogs. I think
we took a year off this year, y'all. You know,
2
we'll
years.
be back.
I got taken 3 years off. You took a year off this year, next year,
no,
and the next year after that. Then y'all be back.
Carson bet for Heisman.
Y'all will never guess this team that I'm about to say because I looked at the recruits the last 3 years, the recruitment, and as long as they get a new head coach, I think it'll work. The 4 years from now, guess who I'm choosing? SEC team.
Ole Miss.
Florida Gators.
Sure.
They got some stuff cooking up. So Florida Gators, and then the 5th year, again, it's just like I did Steelers. I don't know the pick, so I'm going to go Georgia. I got Georgia winning another year after that.
So 2 in the next 5, which equals 4 out of 7. Ooh, talking about a dynasty. Oh, my God. Hey, bro, if that happens, y'all would never.
Is that a dynasty?
4 out of 7. What? What you mean it is?
Voice
oh my God! If that happens,
and I would assume they're making the playoffs every year, especially with it going to 12.
Oh yeah, we definitely we locked for the playoffs. Yeah,
I think
I don't call that a dynasty.
That was my primary reason I put Florida at the end because I think Florida's problem, like in the past, when they're really good, is they had that 14 playoff, and so they always lost one game that mattered, and they got knocked out.
So when they were a dynasty, there was no playoffs. When they were a dynasty, there was no playoffs.
No, I mean, I said when you remember.
I know what you said, but I'm saying you trying to make excuse for them. They went on. They went. I ain't hearing that.
Disrespectful.
You hate Florida. You hate Florida, don't you?
Man, hey, that's who I had to hear it from all them years. And I'm on their throat.
Listen, I think you give Florida a shot at this 12-team playoff, they're gonna make something happen. I think so. I guarantee you nobody want to see them in the first round. I guarantee you nobody
We'll,
wants to
we'll,
Because of the
we'll
recruit.
gladly take them.
see. All right, NBA. Y'all gonna laugh at me because I ain't know.
You could at least be a casual about it.
I got two teams. I'm a casual about this.
Two
One
teams for the
team,
next
and we already
5
talked about
years?
this before. I think Boston can get it done. Like I said,
How many times?
No, I'm just saying. At some point in this next coming, I think Boston will get it done this year. Honestly, I do. I think this year is Boston's year because they've been in this predicament way too many times.
They blew a 30-point lead last night.
To the Hawks, baby.
Hawks? Anyways,
To the Hawks.
I think if you've been put, especially if they get far enough in it, you can't. At some point, it may be demonic at that point. Like you get to that point, you still can't win. You need some deliverance at that point. So if they can't get it,
My God,
they may need deliverance.
that boy said demonic. They don't win. Jesus.
And then the other team I got on here, y'all tell me what y'all think about it. I really want to know. But I think OKC could get one in the next 5 years. I like the young core they got with Chet and Shea around them. I think they either make a trade or honestly, I think they need to get some like a veteran trade or something like that on this team, and I think they'd be prime position for the take.
I think they can do it.
I'm not mad at that. I think maybe like year 4 or 5 they'll be ready.
But
that's the only two teams you got for 5 years.
I'm not accepting that. I'm not accepting that.
That's what I'm saying. Like you couldn't even throw
something.
another name out.
You
Like,
better name
I got another name. I forgot. My Sacramento Kings, baby.
Right.
Can you be for real for like 3 minutes?
if you'd have said this last year, maybe.
So you got two teams for the next 5 years. Only two teams. They went in 3-2 or 1-4. How many championships per team?
I got the Thunder winning 3, and I got Boston winning 3.
All right, next.
But
You got two dynasties coming in the span of 4 years.
So if I bet on one of these teams out of all these 3 to win one, it'd be the Jets. I really think the Jets gonna get it done. I think
It wouldn't be with Aaron Rodgers.
You don't think so?
That's the team you're gonna bet on? You could have said the Nuggets.
The Nuggets.
You could have said the Chiefs. You could have said like the best teams that just won.
Because the odds are gonna be low. The odds won't be they be pretty good odds where I can bet on it. That makes sense. And I wasn't gonna screenshot it either. You're like,
The odds are crazy, actually. But all right, cool.
what are you saying? What are you saying, Reed?
I didn't say nothing.
No.
Well, I said the Jets won't win one with Aaron Rodgers. I think this is his last year, and they're a property franchise, so no telling what's gonna happen after this. But if they smart, they'll move up in the draft and go draft the QB right now this year. and it don't matter what Aaron Rodgers say. I don't care if you mad. I don't care nothing. I'm gonna go draft the QB for 1 year. Aaron Rodgers gonna retire. He's gonna be my QB next year.
What does his contract look like?
You should do a segment on poverty franchises.
This is his.
Is he still technically on the Packers deal? Did he get traded or did he sign?
He signed, or I think he got traded and then signed. I think.
Yeah, I think he did get an extension.
Yeah, it was one. Yeah, it was this year he signed one, didn't he?
We can look it up.
I'll look it up.
Because he played what? Didn't he play like one play?
It was 4.
It was 4 plays though.
Jamie, you can move on.
Thank you. All right. Who's to blame if the Warriors miss the play-in?
Donald Trump.
I got to say.
Klay Thompson.
That sounds like it came from hate, Malin.
No, I ain't gonna lie, I even
Klay
watching it,
Thompson.
but I keep up with just watching the sports shows during the day, and apparently he's been playing a little better, but apparently it was pretty rough trying to get him to come off the bench. And the reason he got put on the bench in the first place because he was not good.
Apparently,
so it's his fault.
He's been playing better though. But how did y'all? So we can come back to the question, but I got a question. How y'all feel about Steve Kerr and his interview about Steph's minutes?
I agree. Like I said, they've been leaning on Steph the whole year. Where's it got him? The 10th seed. Let the man rest if y'all gonna make a playoff run. That man getting like he ain't old, but he getting up there too. What is it? 31, 32?
Really?
His quote was something along
Gosh.
the lines of, "We shouldn't have to rely on Steph." In theory, that makes sense, but after Steph, like if you look at their whole entire roster, after Steph, you really don't have anybody. Draymond can't stay in the game. Clay is doing good off the bench, but like he's not the Clay that we used to love. Wiggins regressed. The other young people are up and down all the time.
Kuminga inconsistent.
I think they'll get to a point where it's going to be like 5 games away, and they don't think they can. They'll shut them down. I can see that
5
happening.
games away from making the play-in? Nah,
Like
that's
five, like I'm saying, like if they're like, say they're like 11 seed or something like that, and like they have to win 6 games in a row just to be alive, I feel like they'll shut Steph down. That's the kind of energy that I got.
You think so?
Yeah, because like if he's willing to bench him in a game, like they need all their games. So like if you're gonna play it safe because of minutes, like I don't see the point in that. Like you're supposed to lean on your superstars.
But I think the Rockets and the Warriors will basically be neck and neck for the rest of the season.
I don't think they'll be in the position. Like I had that stance, but I don't think they'll be in the position that I just described. I think they'll make the play-in.
No.
It is getting close.
I think the Rockets don't take it from them.
But
you heard what Draymond said.
Who's to blame? I mean, it can't be on the players. Like the players,
it's on the front office.
I was going to say it's just on the front office. They just need better players.
The job of the coaches in the front office is to put the players in the best position. Well, really, the job of the front office is to put the team in the best position to succeed, and they fail.
This is what the Warriors need to do. Yeah. They need to do the Bill Belichick and cut players before they get to the point where they have no value.
Right.
Like cutting people early, not cutting them, but cutting ties with them. And forget all the emotional stuff about the dynasty. Get Draymond out of here. Get Clay out of there. Like at least you have to hit a home run when you have. Yeah. You have to hit 4 home run when you have that type of player on your team.
I feel like the Warriors are doing more relating to what the Steelers do. Like they hold on to certain players. Ben, a lot of other players they hold on to for a long time because of what they've done for the franchise, and it kind of holds them hostage to a certain point. And some play like Steph Curry is like obviously it's definitely justified. Players like Draymond, Clay, like they could have been traded or let go of a couple years back.
Because you brought football into it, I think the same thing that's happening to the Warriors right now is what's eventually going to happen to the Chiefs.
Yeah. I
think right now they're getting lucky. I would say I think they're getting lucky with Mahomes, but they're gonna, especially if Mahomes keeps winning, not necessarily Super Bowls, but like AFC championships, getting there and stuff like that with little talent, they're gonna ride that all the way until
10 years when they don't have a Super Bowl.
Until you break his back.
Do you think that but
like you're gonna like drain him out because it's like, yeah, you have your superstar that's like transcendent, but it's like if you're okay with being mediocre and having a superstar, then I mean I guess okay, that's your prerogative, but like you have to make a swing somewhere. Like go get him a superstar rival. Go get him a Moss like the Patriots did, or go get him like go out and try to get AD or something, like just something big, like just to show that you're still willing to.
Do you think the model?
Like, yeah, we got him. I don't know. I think people saying that they take Mahomes for granted, feel like they take Steph for granted too sometimes.
Do you think that model is like more success? But question for all y'all though, do y'all think that model, like not Patriots, or I guess Patriots started it, but like the Chiefs, Steelers, and all that model of like holding on to like these really valuable players for a long time. I think that's more sustainable in football or basketball. Seeing that we see franchises like what the Warriors are doing right now versus Patriots.
I
Patriots.
think it works better. I think it works better in basketball because it's a more individualized sport. But if the model works, the model works. I don't think it's like a one size fits all type of thing.
I don't think it works.
I think it's based on your production and your.
I think
it's luck, like Reek said. I think a lot of it is luck.
It's a poverty franchise model, to be honest with you.
Like it's just like
when you don't,
bro.
When you go so long without having success, like the Warriors, before they had Steph, they had that one 2008 year, but outside of that, they were awful. When you finally hit on that player,
and that wasn't really successful. They just lucked up.
That's what I'm saying.
I was saying, how far did they even go in the playoffs that
They
year?
lost in the second round.
But you know, it's
like what I was.
It's
like what I was saying with the Bengals and the car analogy I had. It's like you luck up, you get that one player, and you just kind of, because you haven't had this type of success in a long time, you just ride it out and hope he can bring you if you can, and you don't know how to transition when that success seems like it's coming to an end.
The thing about it is though, and to compare it to your car analogy, the car's been running for a long time.
Yeah.
Like they just won 2 years ago. So it's like, I think they're in a battle with themselves and like who to let go, or not who, but like when to let go and like when not to. Cause you can just tell they still have faith in their big three. And it might be just false hope, just like it could be they're still jaded by the dynasty and stuff, but if not this summer, you got to
be next. Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Summer. Like you have to do something, bro.
If they don't make the playoffs, I think they will clean it.
Here's the thing: is like this is less of a sports thing, but
they're
like
not even going anywhere. It don't even matter.
Was it last week? We had to do like this workshop or whatever at work, peer workshop, and they're teaching about business development and stuff. And it's where I can see these franchises doing it from a business standpoint. But they're comparing like a lot of the companies like Southwest Airlines. Apparently, Southwest Airlines is like the most well-ran company in like all of history. I didn't know that. But they looked at like their business model. And the reason why they've been so successful for so many years is because they refuse to like change according to outside circumstances. So in a sense, they've been stubborn with all their business decisions. So I can see that's why a lot of these like franchise and stuff, why they see Steph Curry's working. All right, we're going to Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green working. All right, we're going to stick with that no matter what super teams go around us. We're going to stick with it. And it's worked. So it has. And even like there's like statistics that show like most businesses that do that, they succeed. All the business that made it through COVID and stuff, it's because they didn't change what they were doing before COVID. They kept doing it. They just kept.
I would say that I would agree with that in anything but a competitive sport.
Yeah, and that's what's just different when it comes
like, because if you have, let's just say before 2014, like it's still big man ran league, and Steph Curry comes on the scene and changes his team, like only his team, and they're killing everybody, and maybe one of the teams with like a lot of big men, let's say I don't have a team from back then, but they was just like, we're just gonna keep the big man running. You're not gonna win. Like that's why I say it's based on the results and the product that you get. Because let the league go to a way of playing that produces more points with the 3-pointer. Like you have to adapt in sports when you have to, like just same thing with football, when you have to adapt to the offensive shoot. They are changing the rules. They're changing all the rules. Like when it comes down to that, it's like you kind of, they force you to change, I feel like. But to a point where you're saying like it's been working, I don't know, bro. Like they barely won that championship. They barely won that championship for years. It's like a pacifier, I feel like. Like I'm not gonna say they barely won, bro. Like I'm not gonna say barely won. That's a bad word. But like they fought for that, and Steph went ape.
Yeah, if it wasn't for him, they would not have done that.
Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. Like they Steph carried them for that one. So like I don't think that is sustainable. I don't think that business model works out.
No, and as long as they have Steph, they don't need to be worried about nothing else, money wise, nothing. They can lose Clay and Draymond as long as Steph's still there. The money gonna be the same.
Yeah,
Like that's the only reason why the Lakers are keeping LeBron. I think, to be honest, because the Lakers aren't a poverty franchise, but I think they know if you trade LeBron, you can get a lot of pieces for the future. Because clearly, as of right now, it doesn't look like the Lakers are, unless they make another big run. Doesn't look like they're gonna win another championship. But LeBron brings so much money in, you can't move
and
away.
he's keeping AD there.
Yeah.
Maybe they're looking at it more like a business now. I guess they really concerned about the rest.
What you did that for?
Did what? Oh no, because my lights.
What you did that for?
You got real country.
My fault, man. I looked up.
Just let it slide. Dang, the lights cut off.
What you did that for?
If y'all didn't notice, I'm in the office recording the podcast.
Boy, the low end over there though.
Hmm?
They're like a filter.
That's really what threw me off. Like, why you looking like that?
Why you did that?
Why you did that for?
All right, I gotta get on my grammar now. All right.
All right, what's the next?
J May.
J Dog, J Yeezy, Jamie
J Mac.
Jama Jane.
Jama Jane.
Oh, she hates us.
Jama Jane. Go J
I
Dog.
lost my train of- Okay. Are we doing just football or all sports? Can we just
For what?
I don't know why we wouldn't expand it, but I mean it's on y'all.
You just let it
Alright.
be organic.
Okay, then I'm not going to ask the first question. My question is then, do you have to be an elite player to be influential in your sport?
No.
I'm also saying no.
Nah.
You know who's
I
influential and was not elite?
Who?
Actually, perfect example, current time events. What's the guy from Oakland? Basketball player.
Oh, the 3-point shooter?
Yes.
Who?
Inspiration to all underdogs now. Absolute inspiration.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Who are you talking about?
March Madness, the dude that made like 10
Oakland?
threes.
Mhm.
That was a college, Oakland.
Is it Oakland?
Yeah,
That's
Oakland.
a like that's not like they were not supposed
Exactly.
to win at all, but he made like 10 threes.
Talking
Like
about-
Buddy was about to go be an accountant, and he's got like 3 NIL deals. He dropped 32 in the first round of the
Colin.
playoffs.
I mean, I agree that you don't have to be elite, but that's not a good example.
I was gonna tell him that myself, but I was just let y'all know who it was.
Good example.
being influential to people's like morale, it doesn't matter at all.
It's impact. He's an impact player, baby.
It doesn't
He's not
impact anything.
influential. We're gonna forget about him in 2 weeks when this tournament's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is very true.
He doesn't impact anything.
He
What's
like-
your timeline?
He had
There's
good
always a
moment.
couple players that we all fall in love with during the tournament because they're funny looking white boys or whatever. Or like it's a white guy that does really well in the tournament like him, and then we forget about them in a month.
Does that
But
make you
even,
like?
even then,
does
they
that
would
make
have
you-
to then go on to
make
be
you
good
like-
in the NBA.
What does
We
he
also
inspire?
love the
Does that
big
make
black
you
guy
like
from NC State,
Madness?
chubby guy. We also love the Asian guy from Nebraska. It's funny because it's different. So we all
Does
like
it
that.
make you
Hey,
like-
Buddy from Nebraska be hooping though.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Does
there-
it make you like college basketball more?
no,
That's
it
not
doesn't.
being
The
influential.
Not
tournament
him
is-
making those threes,
not
no.
them.
Y'all
Makes
capping
me
now.
like them more for a
Tobias,
week,
Tobias is influential to the game, not influential to
To
a
the
week of
fans.
my life.
yeah. It's influential to the
Yeah,
game.
he didn't influence the game any.
Exactly, it's influential.
Or influencing culture, not like influencing you to go play basketball in the gym somewhere. It's
It's
not like that.
it's influential though. We ain't
All
supposed
right, all right. So, all right, let's flip it. How was his performance influential? Give me your reasoning.
You know what? It just made me really appreciate March Madness that
No,
much.
you are a capper, bro.
I'll tell hard too.
Like, bro, you don't even know his name.
Capper, bro.
That much more. It influenced me.
What's
You
his
don't even
name?
know his name.
It's Tommy something, right? It's Tommy something.
We don't know because he didn't influence us.
That's like bulky or something. I think it's like
All right
Mike.
then. All right then. Give me a player. I guess. Let's hear.
Well, or okay.
My answer, I don't think you can be influential and not be elite. That's
Why?
I think that if I'm thinking about influence, I'm thinking about something that you do that other people would want to do. Nobody wants to do something mid. Nobody wants to do something that everybody else can do. So like people who move needles in any industry, to me, they have to be able to be elite in something to be able to move the needle. So, of course, Steph Curry is an easy example to use, but like he's very elite at shooting to the point where like the game had to change because he was influential. Or like I'm trying to think of somebody else to be influential to the actual sport. I guess like I threw Otani in the chat, or not in the chat, but in the topics, because I wanted to hear like the baseball fans' point of view of him being so good at like at literal everything at baseball. Like, would people start moving more to being pitcher, hitters, outfitters, like playing on the whole entire field, kind of like the Travis Hunter type of thing. Like, I think if Travis Hunter was elite at that, there would be a lot more players playing all over the field. I think that you have to be elite in something to make people want to do what you do or do what they do.
All right, quick question. Does elite only count for like your whole career, or like could it be like a short stint?
Like a couple seasons. That's my question.
That's a good question.
And also, before you answer, does the influence have to be over the whole game, or just influence like players to a certain like?
I think it's influence. When I think of it, to answer that question, is more influencing either how the game is played or how the game is viewed or how the game is ran.
Okay.
I think we all have a different viewpoint of what we mean by influence.
I got
See, there's more meanings, because what I'm thinking of right now at the moment is, all right, I know all y'all not gonna know who this is. Craig Kimbrell, he used to pitch for the Braves. He's not going to the Hall of Fame probably. He's very good closing pitcher. He just comes in the ninth inning and shuts the door. But he had a certain pitching style when he was on the Braves, and like what he does to have me playing, where he like sticks his arm out like this before he pitches and then comes set. And I'll bring that up and say, after he started doing that, you know how many kids I was playing baseball with and against that started doing that just because he did it? Like, that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, which influence are y'all talking about?
I got the player.
I agree with.
I think that kind of influence is kind of like, I'm gonna keep doing it to basketball because that's the sport I know most. But like, I think that kind of relates to the Allen Iverson aspect. Like, it don't have nothing to do with basketball at all. But like, it makes people. It made the basketball players want to be, for lack of a better phrase, look like the rappers. Like, I think that's kind of the way that you're going with it. I was thinking more so of the game itself.
Okay.
Like,
okay. Well, then in that case, then.
Because like
I do agree with you, but you probably have to be elite to influence the whole sport.
I think you have to be elite to impact your sport.
Right.
Impact the culture. I don't think you have to be elite at it, but it has to be captivating.
So what about doing stuff not about sports? What about like or not about the sport? Like Kirk Cousins taking 3 years in a row doing the franchise tag.
You're getting paid.
Like, and he's been getting guaranteed money every single, basically since he signed that first extension deal with with Washington. So I think like that's influential because now people are starting to accept doing the franchise tag. Less quarterbacks, but like other positions.
Would you say?
But he's not an elite player, like an all-time elite player.
But is his business move elite? I think once you take it off, off of the game, then it's still elite in its own right of what's actually happening.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, anything that's being influenced is we're not talking about. I mean, anything that is influential is it got to be shown that it works.
That's basically my point. Like, I think the answer is yes. Like whatever people want to copy is good.
Yeah.
But elite is like top of the line is what I view it as. Not just like good.
Would you say that that's elite though?
What?
as far as like, if in that example, would you say that that's elite, like elite business practice as a player?
I mean,
What would make that not? What would make it not elite? I guess.
I don't think something like that can be considered elite or not elite. I think it's just a move that worked, that shows it can work. So now other people will try it and see if it works for them. It's not necessarily.
That's a good point because who do y'all think was the first person to pull a floater in basketball?
Do a what?
A floater.
Oh,
that's
because back in like the 80s, they weren't doing that little push-up shot, driving down the lane.
I think
that's more of a modern move.
I think that started in college basketball.
And whoever started it, though, they influenced the game, and they probably weren't elite.
They weren't elite, exactly. I don't think you need to be elite
but it depends on what it is, because how nowadays, everybody wants a big that can also score instead of just being a rim protector. Whoever started that probably was elite to make people think that way. I just feel like it can go both ways.
So basically, you're the first person to do something that works.
Yeah, but it only works because you're elite.
I don't think you can put influence in a box. So you can influence in many type of ways. Like you can influence a game. You can influence, like you said, there's a certain movie created, or maybe it's influence culture. There's multiple streams where you can influence people. There's not just one way. There's not like you can put it in a box and say this is it. Because there's lots of ways you can influence.
I think I agree. I can agree to that. I think, for instance, like something that's influential can be very, very small to like the point of use. Malin saying a floater, or like somebody doing a crossover, or like something like a very specific move, or like the pitcher thing that you were just talking about. Like, I don't think you have to be elite to do that, but that could be influential in a way. Like, I think style could be influential. I just had an example, it just missed my mind. But like, just style of play in your sport.
Brock Purdy.
Is Patrick Mahomes?
He's not being influential in any way.
Not elite, and his influence is a perfect.
He's not influential. Brock Purdy is not influential.
Now because of Brock Purdy, now a lot of teams think they can just get a mediocre quarterback and just build around now.
No. You know who started that? The 2000 Baltimore Ravens started that.
Well, no, I think those are two different situations. But Tobias, I'm not mad at that, but I think it just hasn't. It can turn out to be influential if other teams start doing it, but we gotta wait and see if other teams start doing that.
I was about to say, I don't think people have started doing that because they haven't won a Super Bowl. They get there, but they haven't won.
They've had the success.
So the team that's been winning is the team that has the whole opposite of what they have. The quarterback in place.
How are you saying?
We're not saying if it's successful. We're just saying is it influential now. But like Tyreek said, you just got to wait and see now. But you can see if they continue at this rate, teams will start copying. You can bet on it. They're gonna start.
But like, that's what I was about to ask you. I was like, do you know it's influential if it hasn't happened yet?
Yeah, that's why I think that one's up to. We have to wait.
I think that's still up in the air. But what were you about to say, Reek? You were about to ask the question.
Oh, I was asking if y'all think Mahomes is influential to football.
Yeah.
How?
I was about to say, you answered that a little too quick.
No, I mean,
or why?
If you want to talk about how he's influenced, now this is a culture thing that happened. You see kids talking about, now I want to be Patrick Mahomes. Like now it's transitioning from, when we think about the pinnacle quarterback, who's the guy when you think of quarterback in the NFL, you thought of Tom Brady, right?
Or Peyton Manning.
In the terms, when you hear quarterback, you think of
that's only because they're at the top of their game.
Yeah, that's not being influential.
But that's culture. That's what I mean. That's culture, though. Like kids now, I guarantee, if I ask a little kid now, and I say,
I know what you're saying, but that's just because they're the best. If he wasn't as good as he was, but still played the same way, would you still say he's influential?
But again, that's putting it in a box. Like influence is influence. Because he's so good, yeah, he's influencing people. Because usually, not saying, let's go back to our original question, being elite. Usually, if you're good at doing one thing, you're going to influence people.
But what in what way is he influencing people? By like I ain't gonna say nobody, but most people aren't talking about like they want to be like him because this. They're just saying they want to win and be the best quarterback.
Who's people?
I think
Well, the same people that you're talking about.
I'm talking about little kids. I'm thinking about like even you think about little kids and stuff.
A lot of kids be influenced by anything. We're talking about just everybody in general.
I think
it doesn't have to be influential. Right? So you can't put it in a box. Like you can be.
I'm thinking out the box.
But like, but what are they? But
go ahead, Jalen.
But with what you're saying, Tobias, what is he influencing? Like, I think that it's important to be able to ask why is he influencing people? Like, if TV didn't exist and people could only watch the game, I mean, I agree. I think that's putting it in a box. But like, we have to take into account somebody being marketable. Like Patrick Mahomes is very marketable. Steph Curry and LeBron are very marketable, like people and players. So like, I guess I can ask this: like, how does LeBron influence people? Other than the business aspect, like how does he influence the game of basketball?
I mean,
I think about LeBron the Super Team.
And is there such thing as being too elite to where like people can't do what you do?
That's what I was about to get at with LeBron. Like, chances are you're not going to be that size and that athletic and that just talented.
I think that
and outside of his ability, he like Steph, he can't shoot like Steph. Steph is doing stuff that normal kids can see themselves doing.
Yeah.
Like LeBron, you're not about to at 16, 17-year-old jump from the free throw line and dunk it. Like you're not about to do just incredible things like that.
And I think with the Peyton Manning and the Tom Brady thing, like they were traditional drop back quarterbacks, hut one, hut two. Like everybody could do that. Like they had the other intangibles to make them great. And
like Mike Vick was way more influential than Tom Brady.
Comparing apple to apples, and what's special about Brady besides you take?
I was gonna say I don't think
being good.
I don't think Brady was influential until
I think he was just a star. He just happened to be good
until he got to a certain age. And
the age, he's influential with age.
The influence with him is age that you can play till you 45.
Right.
But before he was 40, what was really before he was old, I'll say, what was his influence on the game? I don't think it really was.
But I think that goes back to what Tobias was saying, like about him saying like he had all the kids say that they want to be. I mean, everybody said they wanted to be Peyton Manning. Like all the youngins said they wanted to be Peyton Manning.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like, but like again, what did Peyton Manning do? Like, what did Peyton Manning? How or why was he influential?
Yeah. That's why I think it's a very small amount of athletes that are actually influential.
I think we have to define what we mean by influence.
Yeah,
like Johnny Manziel, he was influential. You know how many short quarterbacks got a chance after him? Him and like Kyler Murray, like those are influential players. Because
Russell Wilson be influential in that aspect. Because when I think
him too, because he
may be influential.
He's in the same box.
Yeah,
just smaller guys that can play the position, and just like Mike Vick, influential. That's the only reason Lamar's even got a chance.
Steve Young.
I mean, he wasn't doing it on the level as Mike Vick, obviously.
he kind of started, got that whole mobile.
I mean, Randall Cunningham before Steve Young.
Yeah, that was the first one. And then, like he is considered like probably overall, like in the history book of the NFL, he would probably be considered a mid player. He's not, like if you probably like go and break it down, he's not mid, but like
I guess
up to the league. He was a mid player. He didn't win. I don't know if he has any MVPs. He might.
But I don't think so. He won an MVP and a Super Bowl.
Who, Randall Cunningham?
Did Randall Cunningham won a Super Bowl?
I think so. Am I thinking about the right person?
Can we bring this back like the Reeks thing though? Like how do we know though that like let's say Steve Young, he like, oh shoot, I'm out of my game after Randall Cunningham. Like how do you know that? And it wasn't just Steve Young just going out doing what he thought he was doing best at that point.
I think something like that. I think something like, if you're going to use that example, I think something like that is very easily identifiable. Like a running quarterback is very easy to see. I think it's even harder when you say how does Patrick Mahomes influence quarterbacks? Because like a lot of people can throw and like have a dime and like have that kind of accuracy, like kind of like Aaron Rodgers has, but like I don't really know how Patrick Mahomes is.
Yeah, it's like I
He's
think
not really influenced. He's just good.
he's just really good at what has already been done.
Yeah.
Like the only thing they can say he's been doing that nobody else done, and they've honestly been debunking it, is those little no look and sidearm throws, because Matt Stafford's been doing it. He just didn't have people point it out.
But I don't even think that's influential.
Patrick Mahomes is just really good at a lot of things.
Exactly.
Like he's good.
That's
He's
it.
like he's good at everything.
That's literally it. Like there's nothing else really I would say special. Like because it factor is not, you can't be influential. Like that's not something people can.
You can't learn to do that.
Yeah, like you can't just go and practice that. That's just got to be in you. So
when I think of influence, I mean there's like two sides. There's that what we're talking about right now is influencing the game, setting the trend and all. But then I guess I don't know if I'm mixing up influence and impact.
I mean, no, I think you're valid. I think you're valid in what you're saying. Like I don't think we're trying to prove you wrong. It's just the viewpoint in which you have.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's just like two different. Like I don't know. Like when I think influence, I also think of like this is back to marketability stuff. Like you're seeing Patrick Mahomes on Fortnite, for example, stuff. You're seeing their face everywhere. I kind of saw that as influence, but influence on the game is different. I think like if it's just different. If you want to influence on like the level I was talking about, then I agree. Yeah, you do got to be elite because you got to be.
I think. But that's what I was about to say. I was like, I don't know if things like that, like you get in like shoe deals or commercials and stuff like that. I don't think that happens unless you're good, unless you're elite. Like I think that part you have to be elite in.
Yeah, that's that you get that from being good, not from being influential.
Yeah.
Because what was I about to say? I forgot somebody. I had him in my mind, but he was influential, but wasn't a big star, so he wasn't getting the commercials and stuff. I forgot who it was. I'm gonna remember as soon as we get off. but yeah. But anyway, that was a good.
Is here's a real good one. Is Jeremy Lin? I know we still talking about it. Is Jeremy Lin influential? Is he considered elite?
I think before you can answer that, you have to ask what did he influence?
I think yes, because he influenced
community.
Is he Chinese? I think he's Chinese, right?
He influenced the community.
Yeah.
He did.
He did.
Yeah. Because it's like
Yao Ming existed, y'all. Yao Ming,
and he influenced the community as well.
But
like
Yao Ming was just like big. Like I mean,
Yao Ming literally put China on the map for basketball. Like, I'm not gonna let
he was 7 foot. That man had no choice to.
Yeah, but
that's what I'm saying.
Jeremy Lin is like, a guard and
from Harvard,
looked at as an attainable body size, and it's Chinese. Like it's probably not influential to us because we're not Chinese, but I think he's like AI to us to China. Did I say that right?
Yeah, no, yeah.
I just disagree. Like it makes sense what you're saying, but I just disagree. I disagree. I also don't think that AI did that for us.
Hey, what was the last part?
Like being a small player, like there was small people before him.
But
like Muggsy Bogues was probably influential to a lot of short people.
Like Muggsy, you have Isaiah Thomas, you have Spud, you have all those.
Nate Robinson.
AI was more culture, but if AI was more culture, but if he wasn't black, he wouldn't have influenced as much as he did.
I mean, how many white boys you think Jason Williams influenced?
Ooh,
I mean,
we had Stockton before him, but he wasn't doing it on that level.
Eminem.
Hey, for real. Around the same era too. Hey, I know them boys.
The same thing goes. Like if Eminem was not Eminem, let's be honest, Eminem is one of them. So like, if Eminem wasn't one of them, how much he influenced? Like because people hate Logic.
we not putting Logic in this.
That's so
I'm just
true.
saying. I'm just comparing somebody who's elite to somebody who's not.
That's because they compare him to Eminem. If honestly we don't know, this is a maybe a fallacy. I don't know if it is or not. But if Logic was first, then he might have had the same influence that Eminem had.
If Eminem came after him
That
and
is
made all
scary.
those songs that Eminem had, he would wash him.
Oh,
It
he
would
would
still be
definitely watch
Eminem.
him, but he would be known at first
Are
as
you
the
about to
next
say something
Logic.
crazy, Tobias?
Yeah. But more influential.
I can't
If
say.
Logic was first, he'd probably be more influential. Eminem could be better, but Logic will probably be more influential. Because they would say Eminem was influenced by Logic.
I don't know, bro. Eminem was. Imagine
Hey, Eminem was in the trenches.
Yeah, I think that's what made Eminem also relatable right there. He wasn't like Logic. Eminem came from the gutter, out the mud.
Hey, side note, y'all seen how Eminem at that playoff game was looking a little.
Nah, I didn't see. Well, I'm gonna stay out of that.
Hey, he was looking a little like you're ready to go.
All right, bro, stop.
James.
Your turn. It's scripture time.
JJ.
Oh man.
I got a funny scripture. Tobias, you can actually find a real one.
No, you can do it. I want to hear the.
But this is for all my.
So you can find a real one.
It's all the people that's just like me. Let me get it. Hold on 1 second. One second.
All right, never mind. I'm sorry.
This for all the sad boys out there.
First of all, I'm a happy man. Thank you.
Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I can't keep track.
Yeah,
hold
if I
on.
say you be sad every other day.
Chill on my boy Reed.
Samuel 16, 1 Samuel 16:7. But the Lord said to Samuel, "Don't judge by his appearance or height, for I have rejected him." The Lord doesn't see things the way you see them. People judge by outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. So to all my short kings out there,
I like it.
Hey, I appreciate that, bro.
What
I
about
appreciate
short
that.
queens? Wait a
I appreciate
second.
that. Y'all are supposed to.
you can say tall queens. Short queens get more love than tall queens.
You don't know.
Oh, yes, we do.
I know.
We may end on that. I want to share.
No, Tobias likes tall queens. Ask him about
I
that.
love them.
I like a lot of things.
Amazonians now.
Correct.
Hey man, never mind. We'll wait till after the podcast.
Yeah, what's that podcast? If y'all want the exclusive one,
Hey, bro, it is scripture
DM
time.
us. We taking subscriptions. If you want to get exclusive podcasts after.
Hey, we got a What Now Patreon. If y'all want to join that.
Y'all are lying.
Exclusive content.
Exclusive content. Exclusive. All right, y'all. Well, it was a good podcast today. We got a special guest coming again. I know we're coming, y'all, left and right, these special guests. So we got another guest next week. So make sure you tune in. Listen on Spotify. Listen on Apple Podcasts. Listen on YouTube. What else we got? Anybody else? Apple Maps. Listen on Apple Maps.
Amazon podcast, all the podcast platforms.
All the podcasts. So until then, we'll see y'all. Hit the like button, hit subscribe button. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, all of them. We'll see y'all next week.
You never heard of me? Stupid.